I hope my voice is audible. Okay. So, the gas welding plays a very important roles in the fabrication. So, the purpose of the gas welding used in the fabrication or joining the two parts is that if the part, if any two metal parts you are going to joint or going to cut with the gas welding, that particular parts should have the thickness longer. So, usually these types of gas weldings are being used where the thickness of the material is a what you can say in a larger size. For that such types of material, the gas welding plays an very important role, because the fusion, the combination of two metals or melting the two metals, okay, is to be done at a high temperature of an high heat. So, the gas welding plays a very important role in making a fusion, okay, for the higher thickness of the material. For that reason, the gas weldings are been usually used in the fabrication shop. When the fuel gas and the oxygens are mixed in the suitable proportion, okay, the portion in the welding torch and ignition flame is resulting the torch tip is sufficient enough to melt the edges of the workpiece. A solid continuous joint is formed upon the cooling. The two familiar fuel gases used in the gas welding, the common gases which are being used in the gas welding, that are acetylene gas and hydrogen gas with oxygen, mixing with an oxygen, okay, is called, when the both the gases are mixed, then only the the gas welding can works in a proper manner. Now, we will see the oxygen acetylene gas and hydrogen acetylene gas, some procedure with some diagrams, how the procedure is there and how this welding works by the weldman. Okay. So, oxygen acetylene welding gas welding process we will see, as well as oxygen hydrogen welding gas we will see. So, over here the oxygen is used for stabling the flame, as well as the acetylene and the hydrogen is you work like an fuel gas. Okay. So, the near about 3500 degrees Celsius to 2500 degrees Celsius, the temperature is been developed by this types of gases which are being used for the welding. Oxygen is not a fuel, it is a chemical composition within fuel gas. Oxygen does not play a role like a fuel gas, only it works as a chemical composition just for the stabling of an flame. Okay. Without oxygen, the fire flame does not stable over there, it may go. Okay. And the acetylene gas plays like a fuel gas, okay, which generate the flame over here. This is called as an acetylene or an hydrogen to produce an heat for an welding. So, this is called an oxidization, but more general and the common used term is an combustion. Okay. So, this procedure is called as an oxidization, but you can't tell it is an oxidization because it is generally used like an combustion. Combustion means what? Heating of an gases. Okay. Now, let us see the oxygen acetylene gas procedure, welding procedure, how it is been used and what purpose it has been used. So, see, first of all, before going for the oxygen acetylene welding as well as the oxygen hydrogen welding, so these both are the welding procedure are the same procedure, only the cylinder which is been used for this welding procedure is going to be changed. So, in spite of the acetylene, hydrogen is being used, in spite of the hydrogen, acetylene used. So, both are the welding procedures, gas welding procedure, as well as the cutting of a metal also is can be done. Joining the metal as well as cutting the metal can be done by this procedure, okay, of this gas welding. Now, let us see in this diagram, if you can see in this diagram on your screen, that see this one last cylinder is there, which is an oxygen cylinder, and one more cylinder is there in which acetylene gas has been compressed, okay, or the gas has been filled. Okay. You can change acetylene gas with the hydrogen also. Okay. Just this is a fuel gas, that is acetylene gas, and one more is an oxygen gas. Over here on the top of the gas you can see the construction, there is a pressure control valve is there, as well as the normal wall is there, by which you can control the pressure of the gases flow, okay, to the torch. And next we can see over here there is a rubber housing, which is a flexible housing by which the welder can easily move. That is nothing but the rubber pipes are there, that's are called as an housing, okay, which are been 2 or 3 coating layer is there. Because of that the leakage of the gases can be avoided, and these housings are directly connected to a torch, okay. And for the torch also there are 2 walls are been given for the controlling of an gas, one for the oxygen and another for the fuel gas, either may be acetylene or either may be hydrogen, okay. From this torch the gas is been supplied, okay, from the cylinder to the torch the gas is been supplied by control pressure, or you can say the regulating pressure. Over here at the torch you can see there is a nozzle is there, where both the gases are been mixing, mixture of both the gases has been occurred, that is called as a mixing chamber. And you can see over here the torch tip is there, from where a thin nozzle is there, where both the gases are coming out, okay. This is the procedure how the gas is supplied to the torch. Now next step, now let us see the working of the hydrogen oxygen acetylene welding, or same procedure is been used for the oxygen hydrogen welding procedure. First of all, what does the operator do? From both the cylinder, okay, one of the oxygen and another on the acetylene, the wall are been open, okay. At the required pressure, whatever the gas pressure is required, the operator opens the wall and the gas is been passes through this housing pipe and enters to the torch, okay. In the torch also the wall is been controlled, gas walls are there, both the walls are been controlled for getting a stable flame or an higher flame, okay. So you have seen in your home the cooking gas are there, LPG liquid petroleum gas cylinder is there, the burner is there. For that burner a regulator button is been given, 1 2 3 4 5, like this way the 3 4 5 steps are given. So what are that? That's are nothing but the wall. When you open that wall for the first or second step, the buttons are been open, or the regulator if you turn, gas regulator if it starts to rotates its way, okay, the percentage of the gases from the cylinder coming to the burner increases or decreases. As the percentage of the gases increases or the decreases, the fire flame to the burner also increases or the decreases. As per the requirement of the fire flame, the regulator is been operated. Same way the gas controlling valves which is given for the torch is also operated by the operator and regulate it as per the required flame, okay. Then over here at the tip of the torch he introduced the lighter. You have seen in the gas burner, cooking gas burner in your home, first initially what you do, you on the gas, then you put the lighter over there. By that lighter a small spark is generated, that spark is been what you can say converted into a flame attracted by that particular gas, and that gas catches on fire. Sorry, when that gas catches the fire, a small fire flame is being generated, okay. According to the requirement, the welder who is going to the weld, that particular person is called as a welder who is going to weld, okay. What is do according to the requirement, the length of the flame, okay, is been controlled. If the flame, this is a flame, fire flame, okay, is been controlled by the controlling the gases wall, okay. Now you can see in this diagram over here, there is a filler metal is there, this is a fire flame and this is a weld base and this is a workpiece, okay. So the welding torch is been used to mix both the oxygen acetylene gas in the proper portion and the burn the mixture at its tips. Match the matchsticks, okay, matchsticks the which is been used, or the sparker lighter may be used for igniting the mixture of the torch at the tip, okay. Next, what is the resulting the flame, when the flame is coming out, the range of to 3200 degrees Celsius to 3300 degrees Celsius, the heat is been produced by that particular flame. This heat is sufficient enough to melt the metal workpiece, okay. So, such high temperature heat is been produced, so it is more than sufficient for melting the metal. Okay. Since a slight gap usually exists between the two workpiece, a filler metal may be used. Okay. So, see, filler metal has to be used because there is a gap between the two workpiece edges. Okay. For that gap, so see, this is one workpiece and this one is one workpiece. So, this is a gap between this workpiece. By the flame, this edge and this edge is been melted, okay, and it is converted into a liquid. Okay. So, the extra filler metal is been added inside this form, so that the fusion may occur, combination of three metals may occur, and a perfect joint may occur between both the workpiece. Okay. So, what is the filler material material is been used? So, whichever the metal you are going to joint, same composition, same property, a filler metal is been used. Suppose if you are joining two copper plates, the copper is been used as a filler material. Suppose you are joining the stainless steel material, so stainless steel is to be used as a filler material. Suppose if you are joining two gold plates, so you are using an gold filler materials. Okay. So, this is how the filler material is been selected and it is been used, so that the combination or the fusion occurs properly between the weld joint. Okay. Then next, the filler metal may be used to supply the additional material to fill the gap. Okay. The filler material is nothing but a supply additional metal which is been used for joining the both the gap of the workpiece. Next, the molten metal of the filler metal combines with the molten metal of the workpiece upon the solidification from a single piece of a metal. When they mix with each other, they looks like a single piece of a metal. Okay. So, like this way, this is a simple description of the operation of the oxygen acetylene welding procedure, as well as same procedure is been used for the oxygen hydrogen welding procedure. In spite of the acetylene fuel gas, the hydrogen fuel gas is been used in the welding procedure. Now, let us see some advantage and the disadvantage of this procedure. The process is simple but inexpensive. Eliminate the skill operator. Okay. Temperature of the flame can be controlled depending on the thickness and the types of the material been melted. So, see, the temperature of this is one of the best advantage from the arc welding to the gas welding, is that in the arc welding you can't control the temperature of the electro rods. Whatever the temperature is generated, that is also final, but the speed you can control by the electro welding transformer is that you call the welding machine, by which you can control the speed of the weldings. That obviously the somewhat the heat can be temperature can be controlled, but you can't control the maximum range what they have given within that range. But in the, if you take the gas welding, you can do the variation of the temperature, in that the changes of the temperature can be occur, due to which you can control the welding heat. Okay. For the different types of metal, for non-ferrous and the ferrous metal, the gas welding is workable. Now, let us see the disadvantage. Acetylene gas is slightly costlier, okay, as well as the hydrogen gas is also slightly costlier for the welding purpose. Okay. Then next, not suitable for the thick and high melting point metal. So, a small thickness metals it is very difficult to do with the gas welding joint, because the temperature generated in the gas welding is very high. So, the small thickness metal may easily melt or melt faster. So, this is one of the major disadvantage. Then next, refractory metal like tungsten, molybdenum and reactive metals like zinc, chromium, titanium, etc. cannot be gas welded because their melting temperature. So, these are the some of the refractory ones materials are there. Okay, tungsten, zinc, chromium, titanium. Why it is called as a zinc refractory material? Once you melt, so once again it adopts its same property and the same grain size, same microstructure. Okay, there is no changes occurs in this properties of this types of metal. So, it is very difficult to melt, to make a joint by the procedure of this gas welding, because the melting temperature of this types of material is very low. In the gas welding, the maximum temperature generated is 3500 degrees Celsius from 3200 degrees Celsius. Above 3000 degrees Celsius, the temperature is generated in the gas welding procedure. For that reason, these types of metals are been not used for the welding purposes. Okay. Now, these are the some of the disadvantages. One of the acetylene gas is highly explosive. Okay. Hence, the precaution should be taken during its storage and the welding processes. So, it is very risky because the acetylene gas and the hydrogen gas, you have seen the hydrogen bombs, explosives are being made nowadays as a weapon. Okay, so this acetylene gas and the hydrogen gas are usually used as a fuel gas, and these are the very expensive as well as explosive. For the storage of this type of gas is a main challenging job in the fabrication shops. Okay, and making a control on the flow of these gases is also difficult. For that reason, this is very risky and the skilled operator is required. So, this is one of the major disadvantage in the hydrogen gas welding and acetylene gas welding. Now, let us see the types of flame produced in the oxygen acetylene welding. Now, you can see in this diagram the neutral flame, oxidization flame, reducing flame. So, see this different types of flames or the sizes of the flames are being controlled by controlling the gases. Okay. So, which are the gases are being controlled? Okay. So, this size of the flame can be controlled by the welder by operating the control valves of the gases. Now, you can see the neutral flame. Neutral flame, in this neutral flame, oxygen as well as the fuel gas, for example, acetylene gas you can take or hydrogen gas you can take. If both the gases are been flowing in an equal proportion, so the neutral flame is generated. Okay. Now, next, the temperature by the neutral flame is generated, that is 3000 to 200 degrees Celsius. The neutral flame is commonly used in the welding in mild steel, cast iron, aluminum, copper, etc. Can also be used in for the metal cutting also, the neutral flame. Okay. So, the flame has to be generated by the operator and maintain that flame for as per the requirement of the material, either it may be the cutting material or it may be the welding material, and whatever the temperature is there has to be maintained by controlling the flame is the very important thing which has been considered by the welder. Now, next, oxidizing flame. So, see if the neutral flame has been established, the supply of an oxygen further increases, the result will be an oxidizing flame. So, see in the neutral flame, oxygen as well as the fuel gas acetylene or the hydrogen are been released from the cylinder in an equal proportion. If the oxygen is supplied more, okay, if oxygen is supplied more compared to the other fluid gases, so it convert into an oxidization flame. Oxidization flame is used in special application for the welding copper based metal, zinc based metal, etc. It should be used for welding a steel as it oxidize the steel. Okay. So, the temperature generated by the oxidization flame is 3500 degrees Celsius. Okay. These types of flames are usually used for the cutting of an metal. Okay. Now, next we will see the reducing flame. If the volume of the oxygen supplied to the neutral flame is reduced, okay, so whatever the oxygen is supplied to the neutral flame initially is been reduced, only the fuel gas is been increased, that results in a reducing flame, will be carbonized or reducing flame, that is also called as an carburizing or reducing flame. Okay. Now, over here oxygen is reduced and the fuel gas has been increased. The combination is incomplete with the unconsumable carbon being present in the flame. Okay, you can see in this diagram over here. See, this is a reducing flame. Over here, the oxygen is less, but the fuel gas has been reduced more. Fuel gas is supplied more. Okay. Now, next, reducing flame can be recognized by acetylene figure which exists between the inner core. You can see over here in the inner core the fuel oxygen gas is there, or acetylene gas is there. It has been seen inside. By your usual eyes or by the naked eyes you can observe by seeing that flame that only the fuel gas is supplied, the percentage of the oxygen is less over here. Okay. The temperature in the reducing flame is around 3065 degree. It is a less temperature producing, and it been used for the hard surface welding where the surface is hard, and a few non-ferrous metal also. So, non-ferrous metal requires a low temperature. For such types of metal, these types of flame are being generated. Carbonizing flame should not be employed for an welding a steel, and unconsumable carbon may be introduced into the weld to produce an hard and brittle deposit. So, these types of reducing flame usually is been not used because the carbon contents gases are been reduced, or the carbon contents are been reduced by this flame more, due to which the properties of the particular metal which is going to be weld or been cut is been changes. Why it is going to be changes? Because some of the carbon gases may entrapped within the weld joint and makes that particular weld joint more hard and the brittle, due to which there will be an fatigue fracture may occurs within the workpiece, or the crack may occur over there, due to which the weld joint may cut during the working procedure. For that reason, the reducing flames are most probably avoided during the gas welding procedure. So, these are the three different types of flame which are being used during the gas welding procedure. Okay. Now, next is an oxygen hydrogen welding procedure. Same procedure is the same apparatus are being used. Just now we have discussed in the oxygen acetylene gas. In spite of this acetylene gas cylinder, the oxygen cylinder is being used over there. Okay. The remaining things are the same procedure and operations are being done, but usually the oxygen hydrogen welding procedure is there. Most probably it is used for cutting the metals. Okay. So, these are the same procedure is there. Okay. Now, let us see the air acetylene welding procedure. These types of gas welding, this is also one type of gas welding. Air acetylene welding is a type of an gas welding process in which the heat required for the welding is obtained in the form of an flame and generated from the combination of acetylene with an air. The torch used in the air acetylene welding process is similar in construction of an Bunsen burner as shown in figure 5.8. Okay. Now, here the the acetylene gas which is been stored in the cylinder under a suitable pressure is made to flow into the welding torch. Now, you can see over here, this is a welding torch is there. This is an 1 minute. Now, you can see over here, this is a welding torch is there, the housing is there which is connected to the cylinder directly. Over here there is a control valve, you can see from where the acetylene gas is been controlled, and over here the small nozzle is given. You can see at the tip small nozzle is given from where the atmospheric air is been directly entered into the nozzle. Okay. No extra cylinder is been provided over here for the supplying of an air. So, the whatever the air is from the atmosphere which is directly entering to the torch, from where it is going to mixed with the acetylene gas and it is been used for the welding procedure. The same procedure is been used, okay, for the welding procedure. Okay, at the tip with the matchbox or the spark lighter, the spark is been introduced to that gas and the flame is been generated over there, and the same procedure whatever I have explained for the oxygen, acetylene and hydrogen, same procedure has been used. Okay. Next, oxygen in that atmospheric, in order to obtain the oxygen necessary for the combustion, when the mixture of the torch tip is ignited with the spark and the air enamps the acetylene gas to burn completely to produce a clean and hot smokeless flame which can be used for an welding or any other application. The use of these types of welding is limited has the temperature contained in the lowest of all the gaseous welding procedures. So, the process is used for lead welding and low temperature brazing and the soldering. So, see these types of welding, air acetylene welding, over here the not sufficient amount of the oxygen is supplied, over here only the mixed air from the atmosphere is supplied, due to which what happens that the flame does not get a stable, okay, you cannot get the stable flame because the sufficient amount of the oxygen is not supplied, and continuously the fuel gas is burning over here, due to which the smoke is coming out, which is hazardous for the welder, okay, as well as for the environment surrounding the particular spot where the welding is occur. So, for that reason these types of weldings, air acetylene welding procedure is been avoided maximum time. It is only used for just for the small types of component joints such as soldering or the brazing, and such types of component joint, okay, it has been usually used. In spite of the larger work and the huge fabrication work, these types of weldings, air acetylene welding procedure is been not used, okay. So, where as well as it also produce the less temperature over here. Now, let us see the gas cutting. So, see the gas cutting is the same, gas are being used for the gas cuttings also, only the thing is that the nozzles or the what you can say the torch are been differented, okay. Oxygen and acetylene preheated before it at melting point, say then the pure oxygen returns to an preheat area to an exothermic chemical reaction, oxygen and ion oxidization or a slag, due to oxygen ion is generated, which helps to heat the workpiece and cut the workpiece. Now, you can see over here there is a torch is there. In this torch the gas valves are been connected by the means of an housing, okay, and the oxygen blast trigger is been given, and the 3 pipes are there. One is an oxygen blast and a gas valves are there, from where what is been done that the neutral flame is been given. By this neutral flame first the workpiece is been heated, okay, then preheated, then afterwards what is been done, the oxidization flame is been, after the neutral flame oxidization flame is been introduced. Oxidization flame is been introduced means what, the percentage of the oxygen is been increased. If you increase the oxygen, what happens, the fire flame, size of that fire flame increases. When the size of that fire flame increases, obviously the temperature also increases. So, you have seen in oxidization 3200 degrees Celsius, sorry, in the neutral 3200 degrees Celsius temperature is increases. When you proceed for the oxidization, when you increase the oxygen, okay, supply, so at that moment what happens, the heat generate more, temperature increases up to 3500 degrees Celsius, due to which makes that metal to melt. Due to the melting, that metal starts to cut over there, okay. So, this is what the simple gas welding procedure is there, in which the oxygen acetylene cutting gases are being used for the cutting the 2 workpiece, okay. Now, next one is an power cut. What is an power cut? In the power cut, the iron or the aluminum powder is been injected to an cutting oxygen stream. Now, you can see over here, okay, the powder, sorry, not power cut, it is an powder cut, sorry, powder cutting. So, what is an powder cutting? So, over here the powder cutting is an oxygen cutting procedure, in which a suitable metal powder such as iron powder or a mixture of an iron aluminum powder is injected into the cutting oxygen stream by acetylene cutting action. Need of the powder cut. Why the powder cut is required? Why this procedure is being used? The stainless steel, cast iron and non-ferrous metal are difficult to cut by the oxygen acetylene process. Difficult to cut means what? They are having a less melting points. The temperature which is generated is the 3000 degrees Celsius. They can be cut at 1000 or 200 degrees Celsius. If these types of metal, cast iron, stainless steel and the non-ferrous metals are introduced to an high temperature, what happens? In spite of the cutting, they starts to melt over there and the spot because of the high temperature, okay. So, for that reason a small temperature, less temperature is required, due to which it doesn't undergoes for the melting procedure, it should be go for the cutting procedure. For that reason this powder cut procedure is been used. Okay. Then next, how does the powder cut procedure is been used, that we will see. The powder is been preheated with an torch tip by the preheated flame. Now you can see initially the oxygen and acetylene gas flow. 1 minute, I will show you. Oxygen and acetylene gas flow is suitably proportionally mixed with an ignite at the torch tip to preheat the workpiece metal to its ignition temperature. Finally, divide the 200 mash ions. Mash ions means what? A small iron particles powder is been done from an hopper is injected in the oxygen. Okay, it is been where the oxygen gas is there, in that supplied with the oxygen, these iron particles are also been thrown out by the nozzle. Okay. The powder is been preheated as it is passed through the preheated flame. Preheated means what? Before going to meet that metal, that particular iron particles are been, or the metal particles are been heated, advancedly it has been heated, later blast into the flame into the stream. Then next what happened? Cutting the oxygen. The iron particles are rapidly oxidized and resulting in a sudden increase of an heat on the workpiece surface. So what happens? So the iron particles are already preheated, advancedly heated, then once again when it comes with the contact with the fire flame, at that moment what happens? The temperature of that iron particle is been increases more, and that high temperature as well as the flame, that iron particles comes and meet on that workpiece, or you can say the dash on that workpiece, and allow that particular workpiece to cut over there. As a result, intense heat supply and the refractory oxidization that forms on the metal surface, a metal starts to melt and consequently flushed from the cutting area. So the metal starts to melt over there, and flushed means what? Removed out from that cutting area, starts to flow outside of that cutting area. This permits the cutting flame of the torch to come in contact with the iron of the metal, and thus the cutting procedure without interference. So the flame does not interfere, what you can say, comes interference to the workpiece. Due to this cutting of an iron particles, the metal is been particularly cut over there. After cutting, whatever the cutting dust are there or the small iron particles are there, are been flushed out or been thrown out because of the high flow of the metal. Okay. So this is what the simple different types of gas welding procedure. Okay. Now you have studied in today's class the oxygen acetylene gas welding. Then next you have studied oxygen hydrogen gas welding, different types of flames, air acetylene welding procedure, as well as the powder cutting procedure. Okay. From the next class we will go with the soldering and the brazing. Okay. So the introduction of the soldering as well as the brazing, which are been used for joining the two non-ferrous metals or the small types of components. Okay. So how the solderings are being used? Different types of soldering methods are there. That's the soldering iron method, torch method, induction method, resistance method. Okay. So these are the some of the different soldering and the brazing methods are there. Each and everything we are going to study in this module. Then finally we will go with the inspection methods of an weldings as well as the castings defects. Okay. So this is the fifth module, is an larger module. Within 4 classes I will complete 100% syllabus of your MCW subject. For the regarding the module number 3, some of my videos are there that I will share into an WhatsApp group. Please go through that videos and see, so that you can perfectly understand the module number 3, whatever the welding procedure are there. Once I complete the MCW, then we will go with the M subject. For the M subject, finally whatever the remaining class are there, I have kept for this M subject within this week up to the Saturday MCW 100% syllabus with all the full 5 modules I am going to complete. Okay. So I will wind up the today's class over here. we will continue with the next class. If you are having any doubts, you all can ask me